If you're buying your first home and you've been stressed about interest rates, then this video is for you. Today, we're going to break down something called a temporary rate buy down, and it's one of the most underused tools in the home buying process. And most first time buyers have never even heard of it. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what it is, how it works, who pays for it, and whether it makes sense for your situation. So stick around because we're also going to walk through real numbers so you can see exactly how much money this could save you every single month. Let's get into it. Now, let's start with the basics. When you take out a mortgage, you're given an interest rate, and that rate determines your monthly payment. Now, the higher the rate, the higher your payment. Pretty straightforward. A temporary rate buy down is a way to artificially lower your interest rate for the first 1 to 3 years of the loan. After that period, your rate goes back to its normal permanent level, which is the rate that you actually qualified for. Now, you might be thinking, wait, that sounds too good to be true. Who's actually paying for the lower rate? Now, that is a great question, and we're going to cover that in detail. But first, let's talk about the different types of buy downs. Now, the most common you'll hear about are the 3-2-1 buy down, where your rate is reduced by 3% year one, 2% in year two, and 1% in year three. Then it hits your full rate in year four. The 2-1 buy down, your rate is 2% lower in year one, 1% lower in year two, then your full rate from year three onward. Then the 1-0 buy down, which is 1% reduced rate for the first year. Now, the 2-1 buy down is by far the most popular one right now. So we're going to use that as our main example throughout this video. And let's make this real. So I want you to see the actual dollar amounts because that's when this really clicks. So let's say you're buying a home and your loan amount is $400,000. Your lender has given you a rate of 7% with a 2-1 buy down. Now, here's what your payment would look like. Year one at 5%, your monthly payment on a $400,000 loan at 5% is about $2,147. At 6%, your monthly payment is about $2,398. In year three and beyond, at your full 7% rate, your payment is about $2,661. So in year one alone, you're saving over $500 per month compared to your full rate payment. Now, over the course of the first year, that's more than $6,000 in savings. In year two, you're still saving about $263 a month and another $3,156 in the last year. So total savings over 2 years, nearly $10,000. Now, here's the important question. Where does that money come from? Now, this is the part that surprises most first-time buyers. You, the buyer, are typically not the one paying for the buy down. Now, here's how it works behind the scenes. The cost of the buy down, that $10,000 in our example, is calculated upfront and deposited into a special escrow account. Each month during the buy down period, money is pulled from that account to make up the difference between your reduced payment and your actual full payment. So the lender is always receiving the full payment. You're just not the one covering all of it. So who puts all that money into the escrow account? In today's market, it's very often the seller. When the housing market shifts and sellers are more motivated, they'll offer concessions to attract more buyers. So instead of dropping their price by $10,000, a seller might offer to fund a 2-1 buy down, which actually puts more money in your pocket over those first 2 years than a straight price reduction would. Now, builders are another big one. New construction builders use buy downs all the time as an incentive. You've probably seen ads that say things like rate as low as 4%. And that's often a builder funded buy down. But sometimes lenders will offer buy downs as part of a special loan program too. And yes, you can pay for it yourself, but in most cases, the goal is to negotiate it as part of your purchase agreement so someone else is footing the bill. So, how do you actually get one of these? Well, it comes down to the negotiation when you're making your offer. So instead of asking a seller to drop their price, your real estate agent and loan officer can work together to structure a seller concession specifically to find buy down. Your offer price might stay the same, but the seller agrees to contribute a set dollar amount towards your closing costs, and that money gets used to fund the buy down escrow. So this is a really important strategy because of how mortgage financing works. You see, a lower purchase price reduces your loan balance, which does lower your payment, but only slightly. A funded buy down, on the other hand, dramatically lowers your payment for the first 2 full years. For cash-strapped first-time buyers, that near-term relief is often way more valuable. Now, your loan officer can run the numbers, both ways so you can see which option actually benefits you in more specific situation. Now, the key is to bring this up early before you make your offer, so your agent knows how to build it into the negotiation strategy from the very beginning. Now, here's something a lot of people don't think about. What happens if interest rates go down while you're in your buy down period? You can refinance, or if rates drop significantly in year 1 or 2, you can refinance into a new loan at a lower market rate. And here's the bonus: any unused funds sitting in that buy down escrow account typically get refunded to you or applied toward your refinance costs. So you really can't lose. Either rates stay where they are and you enjoy your reduced payments for the buy down period, or rates drop and you refinance and potentially get some of that money back. The buy down is essentially a bridge that gives you affordable payments while you wait to see where rates go. Now, let's talk about whether this strategy makes sense for your situation specifically. A temporary rate buy down is a great fit if income limited right now but expect to earn more. Maybe you just started a new job or got a new promotion on the horizon, or expect to pay off some debt in the near year or two. A buy down gives you breathing room now while you get your financial footing. You're stretching your budget to buy a competitive market. That extra $500 a month in year one could be the difference between feeling financially comfortable and feeling house poor. Or you're buying in a market where sellers are offering concessions. If you can get someone else to fund the buy down, this becomes a no-brainer. You believe rates may come down in the next few years. Buy down protects you in the short term while leaving you positioned to refinance later. On the other hand, it might not be the best fit for you if you're in a highly competitive market where sellers have all the leverage and won't offer concessions, or if you plan to sell the home within a year or two. All right, let's bring this all together. A temporary rate buydown lowers your mortgage rate for the first 1 to 3 years of your loan. The most popular version, the 2-1 buydown, drops your rate by 2% in year one and 1% in year two. It can save you thousands of dollars during the most financially demanding years of homeownership. The cost is usually covered by the seller or builder, or sometimes the lender, not you. And if rates drop, you can refinance and potentially get unused funds back. Now, your action steps: one, talk to a loan officer about whether a buy down is available on the loan type you're using. Two, ask your real estate agent to explore seller concessions when making your offer. Three, run your numbers. You see, have your loan officer show you the side-by-side comparison of a buy down versus a straight price reduction. Now, if you watch this far, thank you. And also, this time we're actually offering lender paid 1-0 buy downs for any owner occupied purchases. So reach out and let's discuss how we can lower your payment for the first year. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe. We're putting out videos every week to help first time home buyers navigate the process with confidence. Or drop a comment below with any questions and I'll answer every single one of them. Until next time.